It's Friday, December 8th, 2017, and welcome to my countdown to retirement video for December 2017. Today is also my birthday. I'm 51 years old. Do I look 51? Probably in my 40s, maybe. People say I look, but not 51. So that's pretty good, right? Okay, so what is this video? Basically, for those who are new to this, like everybody, I've been doing this for over a year now, and every month I make a video, what movies I watch, what books I read, and mostly what books I purchase. I purchase a lot of books, and so I kind of make updates throughout the month, and then put it all together at the end for the video for that month. So, also, this is the first video on my new Tab E. I was before using a Samsung Tab 4, and this is a Tab E. I purchased it like maybe a couple of weeks ago, and seems pretty good. I've been watching movies on it. It's a little bit bigger screen than the Tab 4 7-inch. This is a 9.6-inch size, although the screen is, I'm sure, a little bit smaller than that. So, what did I purchase this month? Well, all the books I got here, 6 books that I purchased at Strand, and one that I purchased online on eBay. I'll do that one first. So maybe 2-3 years ago, I read a really good book called Fig Tree John by Edwin Corley, Corle. Great book. And by great book, I don't mean that all the Native American customs and traditions are accurate in the book. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that it was a great book. It was a really good story, and if you could overlook some little details about it that probably are made up, great story. I really enjoyed it. So this book here is Fig Tree John, an Indian in Fact and Fiction by Peter G. Beadler. And it's signed by the author. Again, I bought this on eBay. It was like around $15. It's inscribed. I can't really read who it's inscribed to, but it says Loving Kisses, Pete Beadler. And if you're wondering, the inside here is not ripped. In case you saw that, it's a part of the front cover. It's just white. It's not like it's missing. So, this is about Fig Tree John, again, in Fact and Fiction. Then, I purchased Empire of Shadows, the epic story of Yellowstone by George Black. This was outside for $2. In fact, there were 3 copies outside for $2. I bought 2 of them. One of them is going to be for a friend, Gary. Hello, Gary, who will be here in July 2018. And so I'll give him a copy. They must have been getting rid of a stack of them. I don't know. There were 3 of them. They were all like brand new. Then, that was $2. This also $2. The Evolutionary World. Brand new book. How Adaptation Explains Everything from Seashells to Civilization by Gerard J. Vermeij. I think it's a Norwegian name. And I haven't put a broad art jacket on this book yet, but it's got some interesting chapter titles. The book is from 2010. The Evolutionary Way of Knowing, Deciphering Nature's Codebook, Taming Unpredictability, skipping around, Invaders, Incumbents, and the Changing of the Guard. I don't know what that's about. The Arrow of Time and the Struggle for Life, History and the Human Future, The Complexity of Life and the Origin of Meaning. Looks interesting. For $2, hell, I'll get it. Got good reviews. And this was interesting. I found this today, and, well, it's Murder Most Austen, and it's by Tracy Kiley. It's part of a series. I think this is book 4. I seem to recall seeing that written somewhere before, that it was book 4. And what happened was, well, it's got a really cool cover. I kind of got into Jane Austen a little bit, the movies, which is out of my element of what I usually read in Indian Wars books, Westerns, mystery, some science fiction, science books, atheist books. But I got into the Jane Austen movies, and really liked them. The ones I've watched so far, not all equal, but overall I like them. And I have the books, but I haven't read them yet, so I don't know how those are going to be when I read them, but I'm expecting that they'll be good. So this may probably challenging. Uh, so, Murder Most Austen is a mystery novel. It takes place in modern times, but it involves like Jane Austen, the Jane Austen world, the characters and stuff that they talk about them, I guess, and make it a part of the story. So, what got me to buy this was that I was flipping through the pages, and I came across it was a page 9. I saw the word atheist, and I'm like, what? It's I'm an atheist, so it's not a lot of books you get to talk about that, or they do very negatively. Um, this, I haven't read the book, I just got it. It seems to me that there's an argument about, like, there's like a professor or someone who's like an expert on Jane Austen saying that she was an atheist. Again, it's only a novel. Don't get all upset if you're a Jane Austen fan and you say she's not an atheist. I'm not saying she is. Guessing that she wasn't, or she maybe had mixed feelings. I mean, I don't know. I wasn't around back then. So, what was I saying? Oh, so I thought it was very interesting. He was like, using her books to show her real feelings. That the clergymen were like, basically goofballs and whatnot. It seemed interesting. I figured, I saw the atheist word again. I was like, well, I'll just buy it. It's $2. It's excellent condition. And at the very least, got a nice cover. So, that's that. Maybe it's good, maybe it's not. I hope it's not like an anti-atheist book, but I have a feeling that the guy who made that comment in the book gets killed. I just think that's what happens. It's a murder mystery, and maybe they got upset that he said that and someone killed him. Then, this book I also bought today, but I looked it up, reviews online when I got home, and it was a bit disappointing. It's like a 2-star book out of 5. So I have to think what I'm going to do with it and go through it a little bit and see if there's anything to salvage from it. A Savage Empire by Alan Axelrod. It's like brand new. It's excellent condition. I took a chance, $2. You win some, you lose some. Most of them I win. Other people don't like it. I might like it, but if it's got a lot of historical errors, I would be wary. I probably would get rid of it. Let's see here. The Great Retreat, the Nez Perce War in Words and Pictures by Pascal Chamakian, I guess. This book's from 1976. And it's got some pictures. Let's see here. I don't know if it's a good book or not, but it was $1. And it was in like excellent shape. Nothing wrong with it. It's not bent up or anything. I already have that book, but for $1, in case it is good, what the hell? Get another one. And this book here, I also have it. Sometimes I buy duplicates. The thing is, one day I hope to have like a bigger place, a coffee table where I could put books down. I could get some nice duplicates, lay them out. It's like just a dream of mine, Just I love books. I like to put some out on display. I don't really know if people are going to come over, but they're for me. I'll look at them. And if other people do come over and look at them, I just have to get over my phobia of people touching my books. Because some people just aren't that careful, They just bend pages and they're just not paying attention. Whereas I'm very delicate on my books. So, still I would like to have books out on a coffee table. And you're probably wondering, what the hell book am I talking about? I'm blabbing and haven't shown the book. Screwball, Hollywood's Madcap Romantic Comedies by Ed Sykov, and forward by Molly Haskell. So it was hardcover, $2 outside at Strand. It's like a new condition, just about, and there's really nothing wrong with it. And I know I had it, but I figured for $2 again, what the hell. So that's it for this week. And not really going on many book trips this month, but winter break, have off for a week. My wife and son are off, and we'll go somewhere. Maybe we'll wind up on 2 book trips this month. I don't know. We'll see. But in the meantime, have a good week and take care. It's Wednesday night, December 13th, and time for a little video update. On Monday at Strand, I picked up for $1 outside Lady Susan and Other Works by Jane Austen. And this is a Wordsworth edition, publisher. And then today, for $1 each, at the same book twice, and I'll explain why I bought two of them in a moment. This is the complete novels of Jane Austen, and there's actually 7. I'll read you the titles. What's in here? It's not edited or anything, or no notes, just the stories. Sense and Sensibility, Pride and Prejudice, Mansfield Park, Emma, Northanger Abbey, Persuasion, and Lady Susan. So 7 titles. And the reason why I ended up with 2 of them is that, well, besides the fact they had them, I bought one for a relative on my wife's side of the family. I think it would be a nice gift. I know she likes Jane Austen, and I thought it would be a nice surprise. So the story behind getting those books today, there's a little story. When I was at Strand shopping outside, when I had gotten there was a girl with one of these books. When I say one of these, I don't mean one of the 2 that I purchased, but another one. I didn't know there were any others. I see her with it, and I'm like, oh man, I got here a few minutes too late, and she bought the book. And I kind of saw it a little bit when she walked by me, and it was a little bit like damaged, not too bad, but it wasn't. These 2 were in very nice, almost brand new shape, but hers wasn't. But I was still disappointed. I was like, oh man, $1, I could have had that book. So I'm walking around, and I see another one. I'm like, cool, and I look at it, I'm like, it's in great shape, practically new. And then I'm like looking at books another few book stacks away, and there's another one. So I thought, well, I'll just get them. They're only $1. And again, I know someone who would like one of them. So that's the story about how I ended up with 2 of them, thinking I was going to get none because I saw one grow with them. And who would think they'd put 3 outside? It was just kind of odd. They had an Edgar Allan Poe book, same publisher. By the way, this one is Wordsworth, like this one. And they had a Wordsworth Edgar Allan Poe. And I had a few of them, but I didn't buy it. So I was good there. It was a big, thick book with a lot of stories, but I have so many books like that, and I just didn't need it. Unless, like, the cover was, like, really just so awesome, but it was just, like, a standard picture, and I didn't really need it. So that's that. Tomorrow is a big day. Net neutrality looks like it's going to be ending. Our government is failing big time in many ways. Very small glimpses of hope here and there, but for the most part, it's just like a new era has... I got a cold. A new era has ushered in. A government that's basically just out for itself, no longer represents the people, just lies, it's all just pro-big business, lobby groups, taking care of their billionaire donors. It's just crazy. And the people who need to make the changes, who can pass the laws, are the people in power. They're not going to do anything like that, right? Why would they? They're doing well. It's really disgusting. It's not what the founding fathers had envisioned, clearly. What can you do? The future, I'm sure, when I say the future, I don't really mean 10 years, 20 years. I mean like 100, 200, 500, 1,000 years. Things will be different, I believe. I hope they're better. Like, net neutrality, whatever they do now, it won't matter. One day it's just going to be a universal internet that everybody is just on all the time. And, that'll be cool. We won't be around to see it. It won't happen in our lifetime, I don't think. But right now we have just too much corporate greed, and what can you do? But this is supposed to be a happy channel, counting down to retirement. I'm almost down to 18 months. Pretty cool. I can't believe New Year's is almost here. It still seems like a long way away because I don't know. It's like I know it's 2 weeks, but it just feels like it's like a whole new year ushered in, and I just haven't processed it yet to actually be down to 18 months. But I'm just going on now for no reason. So let me say goodbye. Till next time. It's Friday, December 22nd, and I am now officially off until after New Year's, January 2nd, when I go back to work. So that's nice. I have the next week off with my family. We're going this weekend to Foxwoods and a nearby bookstore in Connecticut. Going away for the weekend. And I didn't really buy much since my last video. I just have 3 items here. 2 are books and 1 is a video. So first, I picked up in softcover. I have this in hardcover, but I wanted the softcover also. Encounters at the Heart of the World, A History of the Mandan People by Elizabeth A. Fenn. Now this book, I got at Strand and I bought it inside the store. They had maybe 5 or 6 of these, and they were all like $16 and change. Except this one, brand new. I don't know why it was marked down to $9. So maybe someone priced it incorrectly, but when I saw $9, and I've been looking this for a long time, looking to get this in the soft cover, I grabbed it right away. And there was no difference between it and the more expensive copies. You always have to look. If you see multiple copies in a store, always look. You never know. I've seen a lot of instances of this in lots of bookstores. Multiple copies, different prices, and there seems to be no rhyme or reason. Sometimes, yeah, one is better than the other and it's priced accordingly. A lot of times it's the lower price copy is actually better than the higher price copy. Then this, I was very excited to find outside because it looked like a good book. It was about 50 cents, paperback, called Kamikaze by Yasuo Kuwahara and Gordon T. Allred. And it had a really interesting chapter titles. It was kind of like supposed to be the true story of a kamikaze pilot who survived the war. But then when I got back to work and looked up the book, apparently there's a big controversy about this book, and the guy who told his story, Yasuo Kuwahara, may have made it up, or at least most of it. I'm not really sure. I haven't read the book, and I printed out like a 9 pages worth of information from the internet, not all from one place. Like I went to 2 or 3 different websites and found information and printed it out. So if I ever do read the book, compare it with this. The book gets very good reviews as being a great story, but it does seem to be, from the little that I've seen, that it's not truthful. Maybe it is, I don't know. There's reasons we have to read why they think it's not truthful, and like I said, I haven't read the book yet, or the critiques. Then I got a DVD. I did watch this trilogy recently. It's called the Before Trilogy, and it's 3 movies: Before Sunrise, Before Sunset, and Before Midnight. And this is awesome. 3 here. These also have, let me show you here, nice art. You could buy them separate, but they don't come in the same CD case. And this CD is like, here we go. I mean, not CD, DVD. So they have these nice artwork that goes with them. And all 3 movies have the same 2 main characters, Ethan Hawke and Julie Delpy. What's interesting is the first movie was made in 1994, 95. I think 95. The next one was made in 2004. And the next one was made in 2013, I think it was. So like every 9 years, and it kind of follows these people through their life. Very interesting way of making movies. I would rate these movies 5 stars. There might be a 4th one. I'm hoping that there is. This, again, I would rate all 3 of these combined 5 stars. It was just really a lot of fun watching these movies. Very creative, I think. So that's all that I purchased. Like I say, tomorrow we're going to Connecticut. Hopefully I'll find some good. I seem to have misplaced the stylus. It's somewhere around here. Well, I'll find it in a second. Oh, here it is. So there you go. So that's it. I'll do a video next week. I guess Monday when I get home, I'll make a video what I picked up at the bookstore in Connecticut. I'm sure I'll find something. And then we're going away again to another bookstore too, I think on Tuesday. Be home a day, or is it Wednesday? Tuesday or Wednesday. And I think it's Tuesday. Well, whatever it is, I'll make a video when I get home. And that's it. Take care. It's Saturday night, December 24th, and we had a really great weekend. We went to Book Barn in Niantic, Connecticut on Saturday, and then we went to Foxwoods for the first time ever on Sunday, today. We bowled. My wife gambled a little bit, not too much, didn't win anything. And we ate at California Pizza Kitchen and went bowling and walked around a bunch of the stores. They have like an outlet. And so we just had a great time. I did buy some books. I think there's a dozen books here. My wife and son bought another 4 between them. So what did I get? I bought Ian Fleming, this was $1, Ian Fleming Casino Royale. This is just a reading copy. I have a really beautiful copy of this book, paperback, with a cover by Robert McGinnis. It's like in mint condition, the book. So when I saw this for $1, I figured I'm going to get it to read because I don't want to read my good copy. And then, these 2 books I already have, but they got good reviews, and I think I only had one of each. So I figured for $1 each, I just get backups. Helen McGinnis, Above Suspicion, and Helen McGinnis, Horizon. And, you know, books like this go on like eBay, $10 easy, ridiculous prices. I mean, then I gotta pay shipping, so got it for $1. Of course, we went out, paid for gas, hotel room, but we had a good time. Most of the time, we just come back the same day. Okay, The Longest Day by Cornelius Ryan. This is a paperback, old vintage paperback. I have this in hardcover, like a special edition in a slipcase, and so I thought this would just be good to have the paperback if I want to read it on the train. Then, this is a book that I have, only $1, but it looks pretty interesting, and I like this old cover, like kind of gothic. It's called Guns of Burgoyne by Bruce Lancaster, and it's a historical novel, fictional but historical, and this will be my reading copy. Again, a book I have if you watch these videos, but this is a cool cover. It's supposed to be a good book. The Man with Bogart's Face by Andrew J. Fenedy. This is a book that I don't have, but I do now. I watched this movie the other day. It was really good. It's called Me Before You by Jojo. I guess her last name is Moyes or Moyes. And it's got different covers. This is a smaller paperback version. There's another soft cover version, bigger. It's got this picture, and then it's like there's another one that's just like all red, but that doesn't really do any. It's not very exciting, that cover. This has the characters from the movie, and it's much more interesting. So, if I ever get around to reading it and I like it, because the movie was really good, I would read the follow-up. And then I think there's going to be a 3rd one in that series. And then this one here, The Blazing Land, Hal Evarts, old vintage paperback, again $1. On eBay, this could be $10, $15 easy. And there's Apache Indians in here. Look interesting. Won't take up too much time to read, and it's nice vintage condition. Then I picked up a few Jane Austen companion type books. So this one here is, I haven't read any of her books yet. These were very inexpensive. Average price was about $4 on these. So I just think it'll be interesting if I ever read any of the stories to have some scholarship on her writing, just out of curiosity. So I've got here The Cambridge Companion to Jane Austen, edited by Edward Copeland and Juliet McMaster. This is like brand new, it's $4. And then The Hidden Jane Austen by John Wiltshire. Again, this was $4. And this one got mixed reviews, but I think it was just $5, and I just thought it was such a nice condition, looked interesting. Jane Austen, The Secret Radical by Helena Kelly. It's in great condition. Picture of the author back here. And the last book, this was, I think this was the most expensive book I bought. It was $7. It's Audrey Hepburn, The Paramount Years. I have no books on Audrey Hepburn. She was beautiful, great actress, I think. This is by Tony Normand, Nourmand. And this is a really nice book. The cover's great. It's got, let me see, get a few inside shots here. There's text, and there's a lot of cool illustrations inside, like this one here. And it's got good reviews online. Again, $7 seemed like a good deal. So that was our weekend trip. We had a great time. Looking forward to going back. Bowling was really fun. It was a really upscale type place because this is like a casino on an Indian reservation, and they really did it up. But I think the place is also at the same time a bit overrated. I mean, it's basically the same outlet stores you see anywhere. I'm not really into shopping, so for me, that's, didn't really mean anything. Bowling was fun, lots of nice restaurant choices, and there's hiking trails, but we didn't get to do that today. And just a fun place to walk around. It's pretty big. Probably didn't see everything. My son was playing arcade games. Tried to get in as much as we could. Had a great time, and of course the bookstore is always a lot of fun. Tuesday we're going out again to 2 bookstores, so I'll see what I come back with on Tuesday. Take care. It's Tuesday night, December 26th, and this is a video of today's book haul. So we went to 2 library bookstores, and library bookstores are really great. I mean, they sell cheap. They sell hardly any library discards. Most of the books are, at least the places I go to, they're either new books or gently used books, and they're sold for like 50 cents, $1, $2. On the rare occasion they think they have something special, and sometimes they do. It might sell it for $4, $5, $6, but I mean, it's rare. So what did I get today? Well, first of all, I bought 18 books and I spent $18. Averages out to $1 a book. Some of them were 50 cents, some of them were $2, but in the end, averaged out to $1 a book. Pretty good. Had a sale been going on, I would have gotten those 18 books for just about half that. So that's pretty cool. Although that's not what happened today, but if they were having a sale, they were already low prices, would have been even lower. So what did I get? No particular order. This is what I picked up. Pride and Prejudice by Jane Austen. I bought it because cool cover. Nice old vintage cover. I have the book, not with this cover. And when I saw that, I was like, great shape. I wanted to get that. It was 50 cents. Pretty cool. Then I picked up 2 old paperbacks by Bruce Catton, and these were in like excellent condition considering their age. They were just like, I don't know if they've been read. It was so gently. I don't even think they've been read. This is The Stillness at Appomattox, which I have, but not with this cover. It's a cool cover. Lee and Grant. And this one is Terrible Swift Sword. They had a few others, but they weren't in as great condition, so I didn't get those. Oh, and then I'll do this one here. Sense and Sensibility, another Jane Austen. This has some pictures inside from the movie, and but I just get it as like a reading copy. Then I picked up After You by, I guess her name is Jojo Moyes. This is the second book in the series, the first one being Me Before You. And I picked up, speaking of that, I got one in a previous video that I showed that has this picture enlarged on it, which is for the Me Before You book. This is the one after it, After You. And then I picked up a copy of a softcover version of Me Before You. this will be the copy that I read. The other one I'll just keep in the book bag. It's got the nice picture of the two actors from the movie, so I'll just read this one. Nice shape. This was 50 cents or $1. I think it was 50 cents. Then I picked up the Mammoth Book of Eyewitness. It should say eyewitness accounts, but they kind of just assume you're going to read into it. The Mammoth Book of Eyewitness Accounts of World War II. And it was in excellent condition. It was 50 cents. Hard to say no. It's just very brief accounts, eyewitnesses to various events in World War II. Then I picked up, this was I think $2 or $1, Burt Lancaster, An American Life by Kate Buford. It's in excellent condition. There's a picture of him on the back. I didn't even notice that till I got home. I don't know how I missed it in the store. But there you go. And this got mixed reviews, but a lot of them were good. You can never tell with the reviews. You got to really read it yourself, unless someone seems really knowledgeable and points out like errors. If they just don't particularly like the writing style, maybe I do. So hopefully this is going to be a good book if I ever get to read it. One thing about this book is I've seen it before. I never did get it, obviously. But it was never in really great condition. But Burt Lancaster, in the book, the author states that he claims he was an atheist. But then apparently someone who knows him, I don't even know who it is, I didn't read the book, but there was like a line about that someone said, well, he may have said that, but that's not the truth. He did believe he wasn't an atheist. I just think that's very nervy. I mean, if the man says he doesn't believe, he's an atheist, then he's an atheist. You can't just take that away from him. That doesn't seem right. I always feel like religious people do that. You know, those deathbed confession type things that you can never prove. You know, I'm sure when Richard Dawkins dies, and I'm sorry, Richard, I hope you don't die and live forever. But, you know, there'll be someone, oh yeah, his last words were, oh, I believe. You know, I hope that doesn't happen for real, that he doesn't do that. But also, I hope that nobody comes out with such a story, but it's just the type of thing that would happen. Those deathbed confessions. Then, this is a book that I have. I think it's in softcover, the one I have. The Unredeemed Captive. A Family Story from Early America by John Demos. It was in like brand new condition. Picture in the back. Then, this was, I think, $2. Battle of the Bulge. It's a thin book. I have another book. I think it's a D-Day from this series. This one's written by John Pimlott, Pimlott, and there's some text and pictures. Maps. One more. Come on. Here you go. And it was like in excellent condition, so good one. Then, The Dull Nights of Pine Ridge Agency, a Lakota Odyssey by Joe Starita. Now this book I have, but it was $2, and I wanted to get another one. It was in great shape. Hate to just see it sitting there, so I bought it. This book here was I think 50 cents, surprisingly. The Dead and Those About to Die. D-Day, the Big Red One at Omaha Beach by John C. McManus. I have a bunch of books on D-Day. I'm planning to read one or two this coming year. I've collected quite a few of them in the last year, and I haven't had a chance to read any. Just so many books. I mean, I have to live several hundred years. I can't even say how many, 200-300 years to read all the books I have, let alone reading some of them I really love again. Then this was, I think, $1. Hollywood Picks the Classics, a guide for the beginner and the aficionado. And it'd just be fun just to go through it as I watch movies, see what I have that's in here, maybe discover some new movies. This is From Here to Eternity, famous picture. There's Burt Lancaster by coincidence in that famous beach scene. So, yeah, it's Wizard of Oz. Yeah, maybe I'll find a movie I didn't know about and learn something about a movie that I watch. So, pretty cool. Then this is something I didn't really have to have it, but it was cheap. I think it was $1. If not, it was $2. Winning the Wild West. It might have had a dust jacket. This doesn't have one. It's just the pictures right on the hardcover. The Epic Saga of the American Frontier, 1800 to 1899, by Paige Stegner, forward by Larry McMurtry. And this is kind of like encyclopedic. Different topics and information about each topic. Lots of pictures. And just enough text to keep it, from being too scholarly. This is a book also that I have, but it was an excellent brand new shape, and it got very good reviews, so I wanted to get it again. The Red and the White, A Family Saga of the American West, by Andrew R. Graybill. And this is a book I don't have it on my list of books to read this coming year, but I'd like to read it, and if I have time at the end of the year. Otherwise, 2019, I'll read this book. I have long-range plans for reading. I already kind of planned out my reading for 2018, although I probably can fit in a few more than what I wrote down. So maybe I'll get to it. And this, it's funny, I wasn't even on the regular shelves. It was just when I walked into one of the first store this morning, there was like a table with books that haven't been sorted yet to put on the shelves. And this was sitting there, Jane Austen, The World of Her Novels. It's like brand new, no markings inside, $2, hardcover, beautiful. Good find. Oh, I'm getting kind of crowded over there. Okay, let's see, 2 more to go. Great Battles, Decisive Conflicts That Have Shaped History. I have another book from this series. I think it's called 100 Battles. Excuse me. I think it's called 100 Battles That Help Shape History, something like that. Kind of similar to this. This has maps, pictures, and brief overviews of the different fights, different battles. It was $1. And last, this is a book I had a long time ago, but I had gotten rid of it when I moved. When I left Montana back in like 1995. Not that I'm from there, but I was living there a while, and I was moving, had a lot of books, and I don't know what kind of person, where my mind was back then. Obviously, not as I am now, more stable. I wasn't that stable then, and I wound up getting rid of a lot of books, most of which I've repurchased. But this is one of them now, Dances with Wolves. It's kind of like the making of the movie, and it's the illustrated story of the epic film. I used to have the novel that I got rid of. I don't have it anymore. But it looks interesting. It's got a lot of nice photos. Let's see. So, for $1, what the hell, right? That's what I always say. It's only $1. So that's it. We had a great time, and no more book trips this year. Next year we'll be going again. I don't know how I'm going to get through the next year. I'm so out of room. Look behind me. I have so many books. That's only a small portion of what I have. So, Happy New Year. Actually, I'll be doing one more video before the end of the month, going over what movies I watched and what books I read during the month of December. So until that video comes along, take care. Bye. Okay, it's December 31st, about a quarter to 12. So I'm going to be quick here because my family wants to all be together for New Year's. So let me just go over some things real quick. So what did I picked up some DVDs at the end of the month from Amazon. Touch of Evil, which I've seen from on the internet. I watched it and I wanted to get a good copy of it because I thought it was really good. Me Before You, which I also watched on the internet, but it was so good I wanted to get it. Plus, it had like bonus features. And Emma, Jane Austen movie, which I haven't seen, and I got this a few days ago, but still haven't had a chance to watch it. Then, what did I read during the month of December? I read Soldier Blue, which is also a movie. Some of you may have seen. Some of you, as if there's some of you watching this, there's at best one person. By T.V. Olson. I think his name is Theodore Olson. Theodore V. Olson. So that was a pretty good book, except that there were parts in the book that didn't match the time period. Like he kind of just took events from different time periods and put them all, just mixed them up. And the movie is based on Sand Creek Massacre of 1864, but the book takes place like in 1877 or 1878. It was just not bad writing, but didn't care much. He wasn't too careful with his history. Then I read a book called Mrs. Badgun by Peter Menegas. Menegas. It's a pretty good book. I liked it. It was about a Blackfoot Indian woman who's out to get some white men that killed her husband. I thought it was a pretty good book. I read Military History Quarterly for winter 1993. It was volume 5, number 2. Had some good articles in it. The Evolutionary World, How Adaptation Explains Everything from Seashells to Civilization by Gerard J. I think it's Vermeij. Vermeij. Again, The Evolutionary World. Pretty good book. And then I'm currently reading, I'm not going to finish it in time for New Year's, but it's called Great Battles, Decisive Conflicts That Have Shaped History. There's some typos, and I'm not sure that every detail in the book is correct, but it's like maybe 3-4 pages for each battle. There's 30 battles covered. There's nice pictures and like overviews of these various battles. And being that I don't really know anything about any of, especially the ancient battles, it's interesting to me. And if something I find particularly interesting, or anybody who's reading it can just go and research more of it. So this is like a good primer. I enjoy it. What movies did I watch? So let's see. I'll go over them in sequence. Return to the Batcave was pretty good. I like that. Zelig, Woody Allen movie. I wasn't too crazy about that movie. It was like a fake documentary. I think that was the one. It was okay. Didn't love it. Thor, saw in the movie theater with my family. It's called subtitled Ragnarok. I just wasn't thrilled with it. I'm just not a superhero person, other than like Spider-Man is cool sometimes. Trainwreck, great movie. The Big Sick was very good. Singing in the Rain, the musical, was very good. I liked it. It was funny. I liked it. Then I watched Soldier Blue, the movie, to compare it to the book. It's an okay movie. Can't really, has its problems, same as the book, but it's not bad. It's a little bit bloody, which I guess was they were trying. It was made during the era of Vietnam, so they were trying to show how sick the massacres were. This was a great movie. Victor Cristina Barcelona by Woody Allen. Excellent movie. Becoming Jane, Jane Austen movie was good. Now Voyager was pretty good. I know it's a classic. I thought it was good. It didn't blow me away, but it was good. Michael Shane, Spotlight on a Corpse. That was from a TV series. I saw it on YouTube. It was okay. Then I watched this great trilogy, Before Sunrise, Before Sunset, and Before Midnight. with Ethan Hawke and Julie Delpy, and directed by Richard Linklater. And those three, matter of fact, in a previous video on for this month, I showed the three videos. That was excellent. Definitely recommended. Unholy Partners. That had the guy from Little Caesar. I can't think of his name at the moment. What the hell's his name? Famous actor. I can't think of it. It was a pretty good movie about newspapers. Newspaper guy. Oh man, his name's gonna come to me right after I do this. Kissing Jessica Stein, very good movie. Me Before You, very good. Love by the Book I watched. It was a Hallmark romance movie, very simplistic. If you like simplistic romance stories, go for it. Didn't suck. It just again, it's not going to change your life. Stardust Memories by Woody Allen, very good. Wind River, Jeremy Renner. Takes place in Wyoming. It's modern day movie, excellent. Graham Greene from Dances with Wolves was in it. Stuck in Love. That was a movie with again, I'm very bad with names. I should have written it down. It was a good movie. It's called Stuck in Love, and it was a good movie. And the name's gonna come to me right after I'm done with this, I'm sure. Pick Up on South Street, Richard Widmark. It was okay. It was interesting. I felt there was some problems with the movie. And then again, maybe some of the things I thought weren't realistic were realistic for the time period it took place in. I don't know. So maybe it was even better than I think. Blue Jasmine, Woody Allen movie, again, very good. Movie called Singles from 1992, I believe. Matt Dillon was in that movie. That was pretty good. It had cameos by bands. I think Soundgarden and Alice in Chains. Love Actually. That movie surprised me. I thought it was going to be some kind of Christian Christmas movie, and then it turned out not to be, and I thought it was a really good movie. Love and Friendship. It was a movie inspired by a Lady Susan, a story by Jane Austen. I thought that was good. The Three Faces of Eve. Paul Newman's wife was in that, and damn, I'm bad with names. Three Faces of Eve, very good movie. The Jane Austen Book Club. I just watched that yesterday. I thought it was very good. I liked it. And today I watched Austen Land, another Jane Austen related movie, and I thought that was really very good too. So that's it. You may not like everything that I think is really good because we're all viewing it through different eyes and different expectations and so forth. But I thought it was very good. So that's it. 2018 is over in a few minutes. 2019 is here in a few minutes. And 18 months to go to retirement. And that's it for this video. Take care.